Battlefield is, designed at its core to be a scalable game. We wanted to run as good as possible on, the current gen platforms and of course on high-end PCs, and we did that for Battlefield 3. And now we're having the next gen consoles, which you could argue is somewhere in between, ultra high-end PC, and then you have, the normal high-end, and then you have the current gen. So it scales pretty well. The interesting thing is, of course, that there are some specifics that make the game, pop more. One of them is, of course, 64 players on a console, and then, of course, doubling the frame rate, making it a smoother and more, proper Battlefield experience. And then, of course, there's some features like the whole battle log integration is much deeper on the next-gen consoles. In general, it's a more complete Battlefield experience. Our goal is to give everyone the same core experience. Of course, the player count will change the scale of things, of course, but in general, from a feature set, a core feature set, and we see Levolution as a core feature of the game, as in the world should evolve and change around you. The dynamism of the map is very, very important, and you get that for the Gen 3 consoles as well. But then, of course, the fidelity might be lower. There might be, things that are not as detailed on the current gen. But in general, we want to give the same experience and not kind of give you a half-ass version of the same game. In general, it's the more powerful the machine, the better the game should be, of course. But we're not like adding specific features for the PC that are unique for only the PC. You do have some core differences with how Battlelog is like your starting platform on a PC, whilst on console you start up a main menu, etc. in the more traditional way. And that's, of course, in the nature of the software and hardware that you play it on. But in general, it's the same core experience. Premium for Battlefield 3 was a great success for us. It was based on the idea that we've had for Battlefield for a very long time, with releasing not only maps, but turning them into expansion packs where you actually add more weapons, you add more, some more features, you give more than only maps, but then maps being in the heart of the expansion pack. So that panned out really well for BF3, and we want to do somewhat the same, but then add even more depth to these expansion packs. But in general, I think we need to keep the idea of the strong themes, but then also look at how do you get all players to play on the same maps. Because Close Quarters was great. Some people only play those maps still today, while other people hate them completely. It's like they want the big epic tank battles versus jets, for instance. You don't get that in that experience. So we're trying to get these two experiences into the same map. So Close Quarters should be an integral part of the bigger maps. So you have close quarter areas in the bigger maps. So our idea is everyone should be able to play together on the same map.